Have you ever walked through a battlefield, feeling a strange weight on the air? A sense that you weren't truly alone? The echoes of war don't always fade with time. Join us as we delve into the chilling world of military hauntings, where the ghosts of soldiers past are said to linger, forever reliving the battles they died in. Echoes of the Little Bighorn. The vast expanse of the Montana prairie stretched before Emily, a tapestry of golden hues bathed in the dying light of the sun. A cool wind whispered through the tall grass, carrying with it an unsettling sense of unease. She stood at the edge of the Little Bighorn Battlefield National Monument, a place etched in history as the site of a brutal conflict, Custer's last stand. Emily, a park ranger with a passion for history, had always been drawn to the battlefield. Today, however, a strange tension hung in the air. Reaching the stone house, the late 19th century caretaker's residence, Emily felt a prickle of goosebumps rise on her skin. Local legend spoke of the house being haunted by the restless spirits of soldiers and warriors who perished in the battle. Suddenly, a gust of wind slammed a window shut, rattling the panes. Emily whirled around, her heart pounding. An icy draft snaked through the room, extinguishing her flashlight. She fumbled for a lighter, its weak flame casting flickering shadows that danced on the walls. Then she heard it, a faint, rhythmic drumming sound seemingly emanating from the very earth itself. It was joined by distant, mournful cries, like warriors chanting a haunting battle song. Terror gripped Emily as the room filled with an ethereal light, revealing ghostly figures locked in a silent struggle, soldiers in faded blue uniforms and warriors adorned with war paint. The apparitions moved with an unsettling fluidity, their spectral forms locked in a perpetual battle. A piercing scream shattered the silence, and Emily saw a figure resembling Custer, his eyes filled with a desperate, pleading look. Overcome with terror, Emily stumbled back, dropping the lighter. The room plunged back into darkness, the drumming and cries fading away. Trembling, Emily fumbled back to the exit, the spectral battle echoing in her ears. The wind howled across the prairie, carrying a faint whisper in the breeze. Was it just the wind, or did she hear a voice, a chilling murmur? The battle never ends. Echoes in the Alps. The crisp mountain air bit at Corporal Davies' cheeks as he surveyed the idyllic Swiss village nestled in the valley below. Snow-capped peaks scraped the sky, a stark contrast to the quaint chalets huddled together like frightened sheep. Davies, stationed here with his British company during the tense lull of World War II, felt a pang of homesickness for the rolling hills of England. Unease, however, soon replaced his longing. Whispers of strange occurrences had been swirling amongst the villagers, missing supplies, unsettling sounds echoing from the mountains at night. Then, a child vanished. Fear, thick and suffocating, settled over the village. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the mountains, casting long, ominous shadows, Davies and his fellow soldiers witnessed a sight that turned their blood to ice. A hulking, shadowy figure, unlike anything they'd ever seen, lumbered across a distant ridge. Driven by a mix of fear and duty, they pursued the creature into the treacherous mountain passes. Suddenly, a guttural roar shattered the silence, sending shivers down Davies' spine. A flash of movement in the gloom. The creature was close. Shots rang out, echoing through the mountains. Davies stumbled, his ankle twisting beneath him. Alone in the inky blackness, he could hear the ragged breaths of his comrades and the monstrous snarls of their unseen foe. Then silence. An eerie, unnatural silence. Rounding a bend, he stumbled upon a cave entrance, a faint glow emanating from within. Hesitantly, he approached, his heart hammering in his chest. The stench of death hit him first, a nauseating mixture of blood and decay. As his eyes adjusted to the dim light, the blood drained from his face. The cave floor was littered with skeletal remains, half-eaten and scattered haphazardly. And in the center, sprawled on a bed of bones, lay the body of a British soldier, his face contorted in a silent scream, a single bullet hole marring his chest. Davies stumbled back, a scream caught in his throat. A low growl echoed from the depths of the cave, and he fled. The image of the carnage seared into his memory. Echoes of a silent scream. The Hawaiian sun beat down mercilessly on Michael, a tour guide leading a group of visitors across the solemn expanse of Pearl Harbor. He reached the edge of the deck, overlooking the USS Arizona Memorial, The rusted hull of the battleship was a constant reminder of the devastation wrought here on December 7, 1941. Michael launched into his well-rehearsed spiel, detailing the events of the attack and the 1,077 souls who perished when Arizona was struck. A respectful hush fell over the group as he reached the most poignant part of the tour, the white memorial structure built directly above the sunken vessel. "Many believe the spirits of those lost that day still linger here," Michael intoned, his voice dropping to a low murmur. As he continued the tour, a strange anomaly caught his eye. A faint oil slick shimmered on the water's surface, rippling outward from a point directly above Arizona's sunken hull. It was a familiar sight, an all-time sign of an oil leak from the ship's wreckage, a constant environmental concern. But this time, something felt different. The oil slick wasn't spreading uniformly. It churned and pulsed on the water's surface, forming a swirling vortex directly above the battleship's estimated resting place. A cold dread settled in Michael's stomach, a stark contrast to the tropical heat. Then a sound, barely audible at first, rose from the depths of the harbor. A low, mournful moan, like 1,000 souls crying out in silent agony. The tourists gasped, their faces etched with terror. The moaning intensified, building to a crescendo that seemed to shake the very foundation of the memorial. Michael's heart hammered in his chest. Was this a mechanical malfunction or some freak echo caused by the harbor currents? Or was it something more, something far more unsettling? As the mournful cries subsided, an unnatural stillness descended upon Pearl Harbor. The oil slick shimmered on the water's surface, a chilling reminder of the restless spirits trapped in the steel tomb below. Were these encounters figments of overactive imaginations, or chilling whispers from the battlefield beyond the veil? The answer remains shrouded in the fog of war, a haunting reminder of the lingering costs of conflict.